Hey guys, it's Vornskyr here, and today back in Euro Truck Sim 2, and I'm going to be looking at another of the trucks in the American Trucks pack. If you've seen my video on the 24 gear H-shifter mod, then you've seen this truck already. It's the Peterbilt 389. This isn't the truck I'm going to be showing you today, but I thought what I'd do is just quickly run you through the modifications that are available for this truck in the upgrade shop. So if you don't want to see anything about this truck and you just want to go straight to the new one, press the button or the annotation that's on your screen now, and there you go. Cool. Alright, so, ooh, frame drop. So let's take a look at this. I might have to move the truck to actually get it into the repair shop. God, my frame rate is so low. And the parking brake is on, I always do that. I think it's actually this truck that's damaging the frame rate. Because I mean, the game is run so smooth in the European trucks, but anyway, alright, upgrades. So we have one cab, we have two chassis, there's 6x4, and then there's this old school style. The old school style, it just changes a bunch of styling elements. So notice the headlights change, around the exhaust stack changes, and also these rear lights and everything here change. So personally, I actually like the this what's just called 6x4, which I guess is the modern look. You know, if you guys like the old style, whatever, you've got the choice. So do what you want. Engines, we've got a bunch. I haven't got the last two unlocked because this is a fairly new profile. It's only level 10. So at the moment, I've got a 500 horsepower available and 2,500 newton meters, which is good. And I guess it would probably go up to 600 horsepower because the truck that I'm going to be using has a 600 horsepower, which it seems to have the same range of engines, but the one that I'm using, that I will be buying, has them all unlocked, whereas this one doesn't. I'm hoping that's the case anyway. Gearboxes, we have a ton of them. I don't know the Eaton gearbox codes or anything. I'm guessing that, and this is just a guess, but I'm guessing that the numbers here, see how it says 10 here, 6 here, so the last numbers in the code, I'm guessing that's how many gears it has. I might be completely wrong about that. So you got 6, 6A, 6AR, I think this would be the retarder, or the model with the retarder. Then you got 10, 13, and 18. So the 18 doesn't have the retarder. That's what I've been using now, and you've seen me driving around with that if you've watched the 24 gear video. Interior, I like the interior of this. It's nice. I've driven a fair bit in this truck. I think it's something like 6,000 kilometers. You can't see it in here, but if you look back there, then you've actually, and I'll show you this after we're out of the repair shop. But if you look back there, you've got a full little cab. Colors, a decent range of colors. There's also a few skins available, like this one, in the paint shop. I chose the colors for the skin myself, but I think it's pretty cool looking. Yeah, a wide range of colors. So you don't have that skin if you choose the colors. So we've got a bunch of things to play with here. Let's start up here. We got roof accessories. You don't have many, just a couple of horns and some lights. And I'll try to click off that. There we go. The visor, you can either have it or you don't have it. Mirrors are chrome. Air cleaner can be chrome or painted. Or stainless steel or painted, I should say. I actually like it stainless steel. You can have front mirrors on both sides. It looks like that. I actually took them off hoping it would improve the frame rate so that, like when driving this truck, so that it's not having to render as many reflections or mirrors or whatever. You've got bug shield there. It actually has a little Peterbilt logo on it, which you can kind of see. It just says Peterbilt right there. You've got 3 different hood ornaments you could use. I've gone with the Flying Goddess one. You could have a rubber ducky or something else. What else? Wheels. I actually really like the standard wheels on this truck. They're nice shiny chrome wheels. I've got a realistic tires mod installed as well. So there's that. The fuel tank can be, again, like the air cleaner, painted or chrome. I prefer it to be chrome. I think it breaks up the colouring a bit. And it works better with all the fenders and everything, because the fenders are... I think fenders are all either stainless or chrome. So the front bar, you've got a few different choices. That's the standard one. And you've got this rolled end. You've got the Texas rolled end, which has markers on it. I absolutely hate these markers. I think they look terrible. And then you've got the American Eagle. And what you can do, you've noticed you've got these things here. So we've got a bunch of stuff we can put on this. You have to be careful. Like you see, it says left and right for these side bumper marker lights. If you put the right one, and that means because they're orange at the front and red at the back, so if you put them around the wrong way, it doesn't look particularly good. So you see that's what it looks like. And if I go down to this one, so that's the left one. If I put the right one on, see it's red. So you have to get them around the right way basically. So that's that. There's one kind of amusing bug, which is, you see you've got these bumpers here. Now these are supposed to go in this point, but you can put them on this point, which means you get something like that happens. I'm 99.9% sure that you're not supposed to be able to do that, but it does work pretty well if you put it on the front, like so. So you got a couple different choices: one that has spotlights on it, and one that's just like that. So we've looked at that. Up at the back here, these are your fenders. You can have quarter fenders, which look like that. That's just this line here. There's a bit of fender here. Or you can have the half fenders. I like the half fenders. You can also, if you move it around, this appears, which is the steps here. You have frame steps, or this toolbox, or nothing at all, if that's what you prefer. Come around here. That's not it. There it is. You got this conditioner carrier, whatever that is. Looks like it's just a toolbox or something. Which I think that opens up at around level 10. That's the fuel tank again. You can have a side mirror up here to look down on the cars. This isn't a particularly useful mirror. You can't really see much from it, from what I've experienced. Now you've got this couple of options here for the roof. Well, you've got three options really. You can have nothing, which is like that. And nothing means that you can put this wrap on, which is just a cosmetic thing. I don't know why you do that, really, personally. But you got two different choices of wings. So you've got this whale tail, as they call it, and you can run the wrap with that again. Or you've got the roof wing, which I far prefer. I think it looks a lot better. And I don't think you can't run the wrap with this one. But you can do this wrap. You can put the wrap over the wing like that. I don't know, I don't really go for the wrap. I prefer having it painted, but whatever. You know, if you guys like that, then go for it. So there's not much more to look at with this. This is just the interior view again. So what I'll do, I'll get out of this, I'll cancel all these changes, and we'll take a quick look at the paint shop. So these are the skins that we've got: 389, 389_2, and perfect. So this is the 389 skin that I've gone for. Oops, and I just messed that up. But you've seen, so that's the colours that this one comes with. Then you've got this one, which is slightly different. It's not bad. I'm not really sure about the colour choices, but the skins themselves aren't bad. And then you've got this one called Perfect, which is kind of a tan and red colouring. So these are, the Perfect is pretty much just this 389 skin, I think, with some differences, maybe. I don't think it has this line around it. Yeah, so you got this line here. The Perfect doesn't have that. So yeah. So that's the Peterbilt 389. If you'd like to see this truck driving a distance anyway, then check out my 24 gear video, because I did a fair bit of driving in that one. Because what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take this truck to the truck dealer and buy a new one. And I think I've just gone the wrong way. Yeah, I have. Oh, it doesn't matter. Actually, I haven't gone the wrong way. I'm looking at the GPS, but the GPS is set to the pickup for the load I'm going to do. So that's okay. Sorry if my head is moving, or the camera view is moving around a lot. I've been playing with my track IR settings a bit, and I think I made it a little bit too sensitive, but we'll see how it goes. Notice my drive is pretty tired as well. We're going to actually, once I pick up the load that I'm going to get, I'll have to take a bit of a rest. I don't want to do it before. What are you? Jesus. Seemed like it was going to get straight into me. Yeah, once I pick up this load, I will have to take a rest. I don't want to rest beforehand, because I might actually not be able to pick up, like not be able to find the load, because it seems to be fairly rare. And the truck dealer's closed. I am an hour and a half late. Alright, so I actually had to cheat a little bit there. The truck dealer was closed because it was like an hour past its opening times. So I just had to, I went to the map, or I went to the truck dealer thing from the escape menu and clicked visit. Now I've got a pretty heavy cargo in mind, so I think I need a big truck for that. And it's probably going to be a fairly long drive as well. And it's not going to be this MAN TGX XL. I'm at the MAN dealer, in case you couldn't tell. No, it's not going to be that. It's going to be this, which doesn't even fit into the screen. It's the Kenworth W900B Long, apparently. ARI Legacy Sleepers. You might have noticed I mentioned this truck in the 24 gear video. I have no idea if this truck actually exists, if it's a real thing, or if the mod author just came up with it, but I mean, I don't even care really. I've never driven this. I've got no idea what it's going to be like. So, let's customize it up. Look at the size of this thing. It's incredible. The exhaust stacks are actually blowing right now. Oh, look how big this thing is. You can actually look through the windows. You see we've got a full-on lounge suite back there. A little computer on a table, a big fridge. There's even a sink. So yeah, this is what we'll be pulling our heavy load with. Alright, we've got the one cab option. We've got the one chassis option. Engines, we've got a ton. So I'm gonna go with the 660 or the 600 horsepower, sorry, and nearly 2,800 newton meters of torque. And it's interesting, these engines both have the same torque rating, but this one's got a wider torque band. That might actually be more useful, because this has a really narrow torque band. So this one, I might go for the one with a wider torque range. Even though it's got less horsepower, it might have a more useful, like might be able to pull a bit further or something. I don't know. I might be completely wrong about that, but I'm going to go for this engine rather than 600 horse, because it's not all about horsepower. Transmissions, we've got a lot. So, this looks like 6-speed, 10, 10 with a retarder, 14, 14 with a retarder, and 18 with a retarder. I'm going to go with the 18s, because it makes me feel like a boss. The interior, it's not a bad interior. It's fairly similar to the Peterbilt one, really. You can't actually look back into the cab. These, can I zoom in on them? No. These toggle switches look a little bit strange, if I'm honest. But, whatever, it's not too big a deal. The gauges look nice and big, so hopefully we'll be able to see what we're doing. I wonder how many of them are actually useful. I've got no idea. Paint shop, or paint jobs, colours, whatever. I'll probably not actually pick one of these really. I mean, they're all $1. But I think I'll actually go to the paint shop and see if there's any skins available for it or anything like that. So accessories, and this is where it all starts to come together. So we'll start right at the front bar. These are the same front bars you saw on the Peterbilt. So I'm not sure which one I'll go for. I might go with the American Eagle, actually. And then I'll put down the sides, I'll put these little orange marker lights. I don't really like the other ones that are available. Now I'm not sure if I'm going to go for the big bull bar or not. Bumper guard as they call it. It does work with the truck. I don't really like that one. Yeah, I'll go for it. Why not? Now we've got bug shields. We've actually got two bug shields this time. We've got that one, which I don't think has any writing on it or anything. And then we've got this one, which has a Kenworth logo on it, right there. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but there it is. Let's go the rubber duck. Why not? Now, front mirrors, we can have them. I'm not going to have them, but you can certainly put them on, one on either side if you want to. Air cleaner, stainless steel, mirrors, chrome. And if you look around the right place, you see this down here. Got a line of LEDs for the sleeper stuff. I think I'll actually keep that there. Because, I mean, why not? Up here, you've got roof accessories. So we've got two of those, and I'm going to put air horns on. So I've got two different style of thunder horns. Might go for that one. Put a couple of those on. We can also, I think, a Mini Cool Compact. I think this is an air conditioning unit for this cab here, this whole back area. So let's just put that on. Why not? And then there's this, the Turbo Wing 900 series. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, that. I don't think that works. It doesn't work for me, let's say. So I'm not going to put that on. Now, fenders. We've got the chrome quarter fenders like that. We've got the half fender like that. And we've got full radius fenders. I'm going to go with the full radius ones. I actually like that. Is there anything else to change? Anything that I'm missing? Yeah, so we've got these steps over here. So I'll make those the toolbox. I don't know if... Okay, so that's done that on both sides by the looks of it. Wheels. So I actually like these the chrome standard wheels. The chrome Elite Riders could work. Or the Eastern Eagle chromes could work. Let's see what they look like on the back. Eastern Eagle chrome. It's not bad. I might actually stick with the standard ones though. I do like the standard ones. Standard, there it is. Now I think that I've looked at everything now. You'll notice there's actually no way to put a beacon on this truck. So if you want to have it like kind of authentic with a couple of big beacons flashing on top, it doesn't look like you can do it. Kind of a shame, but that's the way it is. So yeah, that's what it looks like with the lights on, all the LEDs lit up. And what's that? I think that's the front bar. I'm not going to touch that. So that looks like everything. So I'll confirm this, and then I should have enough money to just be able to purchase this outright. Yes. And my current truck goes to my garage in Calais. There. And I'll need to hire a driver for that. The steering wheel's just gone crazy. So, look at that. Hopefully this will actually drive properly and it won't bug out. Like I said, I haven't actually driven this. It's you guys are seeing this at the same time that I am. So, alright. Okay, so we're inside. There's the first problem. The exhaust stack is in the way when you look out the back window. Can we look? Oh, whoa. Okay, so we can look all the way back here. Nice. Got a sunroof up the top, which I didn't know was there. So what do we got back here? A screen there, which looks like it's just a decorative sort of thing. And cool. Alright. Well, that's spacious to say the least. It's like you're gonna go in a caravan trip or something. Alright, so let me just lock my I'll lock my track IR in place. There we go. Now there's a couple things that the mod author has said. When you press O, which I believe is the beacon button, the GPS changes to the camera in the front bumper. Yeah, he's yawning. Let's turn this on. Sounds like the Peterbilt engine. There are actually 2 additional sound files that come with the mod. I haven't used either of them yet, but so let's press O, and I'll. Okay, so you can see that changing there. That's interesting. That's a front view camera. That's cool. All right. Let's lock track R again. What's the other one? When you press F, includes a rear view camera monitor in the sleeping compartment. Alright, so, oops. Press F, which is the same as the hazards. And there's your reversing. Okay. I don't know how well that will work with a trailer on the back, but that's pretty cool. And I can zoom in on that a little bit. Alright, I like that. Nice. Oh, stop yawning. Do I have the handbrake on? So that might be a problem. I think it's beached. Yeah, yep. There's a bit of a problem. I've discovered a problem. And that is, it doesn't actually fit when you're coming out of the truck dealer. Okay, I can reverse it. Alright, well, just be aware of that. This is a big truck. It's bigger than any other truck I've seen in the game. Alright, let's see if we can get out of here. So yeah, it seems to use the same sound file as the Peterbilt 389, but there are additional sound files that you can use that come with the mod. And given that this is the sound file that kind of annoyed me with the turbo whistle, I'm actually going to activate one of them right now. So, I'll save this first. Actually, I won't save it there just in case something goes horribly wrong. I'll save it in a new file. And where's my profile? Profiles. Edit. This is how you activate and deactivate mods in case anybody doesn't know. So, Kenworth Long new engine. Or Kenworth Long sound engine. Cat C15. Let's go this one. We'll apply this. See how it goes. Okay. Drive. Oh, that's a lot deeper. If I was trying to get away from turbo whistle, I don't think that was the right way to do it. That one might even be a little bit worse. Might have to try the other one. I might end up just going back to the stock one. I say stock, it's a mod, so it's not really stock, but... Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Let's just... Alright. Let's go back. Let's change this again. Profiles, edit. Let's turn this one on. And we turn this one off. Apply. Continue. Notice my driver's got a bit of a black eye there. Hello. Missing mod detected. Is that because it's trying to load the autosave? Let's load it from here. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Alright, the truck's loaded in. Let's start it up again. This one sounds pretty similar to the Peterbilt one we already had. It might be a little bit deeper. Alright, well let's pick up the load anyway, and we'll get this show on the road, so to speak. Alright. So, here it is. 75-ton train. We're driving at 1,394 kilometers up to Norway, like Geilo in Norway. I don't know how you pronounce that. And there's a bit of a ferry trip as well. So this should be interesting. And there it is up there. And what I might do is I'll see if I can use my my fancy reversing camera. Alright, so hazards on. There we go. Oops. I've got to keep my head in the right place for this. It's not particularly great, but it should be able to latch on. Yeah, there it is. Alright. I wonder if I'll be able to see out the back of the trailer with this connected. Not really. Doesn't matter. Okay, let's take a look at this beast. Check that out. Look at the exhaust coming up out of the truck. That's cool. So, this is what we're driving, and this is what we're carrying. I can actually put the beacons on. There'll be one at the back of the trailer. Yeah, there it is. I don't know if that's going to cause any problems with the having that front camera. Alright, let's see how we go. First challenge is to get out of here. Just having a bit of trouble pulling this. Alright. So this truck and car get past. Are they going to let me go? No. I wasn't expecting him to. This guy May? Oh, thank you. Thank you, that's so helpful. If you're gonna stop, you could have stopped a bit earlier. God. Actually looking at this front camera here. Is that gonna hit? Oh. You wouldn't want to get much closer, would you? Alright. Oh, the front camera's already been useful. Looks like it's raining. Oh, check out those wipers. This is a bit... Oh, blue lights everywhere. I just turned the parkers on. Alright. That's what the high beams look like. Cool. And I've actually, this gearbox has the retarder as well, so you can put that on. You can actually see the lever changing there. Nice. Let's get through before the lights change. I will need to rest up somewhere. I might actually detach the trailer and rest in the repair shop. So I'll turn here. Have to take a nice wide turn. So you can really see, I mean, this is a pretty powerful engine, and it is struggling. Can we make it through? Yes. And I mean, I could have installed like 1,000 horsepower engine mod or something like that, but the way I see it, where's the fun in that, you know? Like you pick up these loads, like 75-ton load, so that it's a challenge. And the way I see it, if you're putting on a crazy horsepower engine, then suddenly there's no real challenge. Let's see if we can back the trailer up a bit. Without running into anything. Yeah, that's not going to work, is it? Alright. I'm actually just going to sleep with the trailer attached and hope that I can get myself out of this situation. You going to give me the option to rest? Might actually have to park up in front of these guys. There we go. Let's make sure they're all awake as well. Nice. Alright, rest. Which means we're going to be driving at night time. Well, it's not night time yet. Of course, the thing is, now we have to get out of here. I might be able to just basically jackknife the truck and turn it around like that. See the handbrake thing slides in and out. Parking brake, I should call it. I don't know if this is going to work with the size of this truck. I'm guessing it may not actually. This could be a really bad idea. I think we're going to make it. Alright, perfect. So how long have we got to deliver this? It's going to take 31 hours, apparently, and we've got 53. Plenty of time. go straight on here. Take a nice wide swing around. Alright. We're on the road, finally. Oops, wrong button. There we go. Turn right at this roundabout. And again, we'll have to go pretty wide for this, I think. I don't want to slow down too much because I'll lose momentum. And you can tell how hard this thing's working just to keep moving. Speed limit here is 90 kilometers per hour. I'm doing 42. I don't think I'd be able to make it up to 90. $110 now. So if you're wondering what I'm using to drive this truck, the steering wheel is a Logitech G27 with the H shifter. I'm using track IR to move the head around. And I'm using a mod that allows me to properly go through all the gears. Which is how I'm using the 18-speed gearbox. Got a turn coming up here. Let's see, how are we going to go with this? Let's get down into 12. Of course you're going to... That's great, that's just great. So he's letting me go here. We might actually struggle just to make it up this grade. So that's 8th gear. It's pulling. It is pulling it. I think I'm just going to hold it in 8th. See how we go. At least the trailer's not really wide, so it's not bad in that respect. It's just heavy. So if you guys want to, if you haven't seen this this trailer mod, it's in, I think, the trailer pack 2.5. There is a link to the mod in the description. That goes for all of the mods that I'm using. So if you want to try this yourself, it's really pretty easy. All of the mods seem to work pretty well. This is the latest version of Euro Truck. I'm using Pro Mod 1.5.2. That's how I'm getting up into Norway, Denmark, and all that. And let's just roll it down nice and easy here. Well, it looks like we're actually going up. So not that easy maybe. And I'll take a left here. But yeah, these mods are all working really well with no conflicts or anything. It's really nice. Get in a 6th. There we go. I might have to use the odd gears a bit more in this. You notice I'm generally shifting, 8 to 10 to 12, just using even gears, but I don't think that's going to cut it. Especially not once we get to some more steep slopes. So yeah, the version of the game that I'm running on now is 1.8. However, 1.9 has actually... I have to drop down here. 1.9 has just gone into public beta on Steam. So... And that brings a bunch of AI changes into the game. Changes with people have been waiting for a very long time, and which apparently this patch 1.9 has been in testing for just months and months now, and they kept finding things, like kept finding problems, so it should be pretty good. The problem is, as far as my understanding is, that it won't work with Pro Mod, but not just yet. So until that's updated, oops, there we go. Until Pro Mod is updated, you probably won't be able to use that. I mean, you'll still be able to use the patch probably. You just have to disable the Pro Mod, and physics mods may not work as well. So something to bear in mind. But yeah, so the AI will hopefully be quite a lot better after this patch. They've done a bit of cosmetic updates to, I think, the Scania Streamline, and I think one of the Volvos, maybe the FH. There's also engine sounds that have been updated for the Scania. But yeah, mostly the patch is focused on the AI, which is good. It's something that's needed addressing for quite a while, and as I understand it, they've been working on it for a very long time, so that's good. So how are we going along here? I don't actually know how big this truck's fuel tank is. I should be able to press I and actually get a display on that, so let's do this. Yeah, there we go, that's changing. I think that's the cruise control view. Okay, 1,700 litres. That's quite a lot of fuel. Slowing down here. Oh, the truck doesn't want to stop. Alright, we've got an economy as well. Go back to the gears. Stuck behind a bus. Unfortunately, well, he's overtaking now. Jeez, going uphill, around a corner, driving a bus, and he's overtaking. That's gutsy. I wonder if that's something that'll change in 1.9. Who knows? It doesn't affect us too much what that bus does. I mean, we're going to be going slow, so... Let's just keep pulling.